Welcome to the Celtic Craft Studio. I'm Terry, and we are going to continue on with our Edith Holden ephemera. And I showed you these, and this is what we're going to make. They're basically tags with a pocket. And I use the much needed to get rid of index. People say, what do I do with the, I've got so many index pages because nobody wants to touch the index pages. Well, I'm going to show you what you can do with the index pages. They make great tags. And these tags have lines on the back and an embellishment at top, but you can do any way you want. I'm going to show you another option for the writing space on the back. So let's get started. Let me roll up my sleeves a little. I'm wearing the crafting sweatshirt. So it has a little bit of glue, a little bit of paint, a little bit of this, a little bit of that on it. So let me roll the sleeves up and continue on. So we're going to make these. Let me put these aside. I want to, and let me show you, I did promise I was going to show you my favorite mushroom pages, so let me show you those before we get started. This is a whole Edith Holden book, and then what I do is I remove it from the spine and I divide it into the signatures, the natural signatures that they're divided into, okay? And my favorite signatures, everybody loves spring. I think the birds and the spring things go first. Let me show you some of the bird stuff. The bird stuff is beautiful. There's April. April's gorgeous. I love this one. Eggs, bird nest. Oh, big, beautiful bird spread with daffodils. If you're a daffodil lover, there's another bird. Lots of beautiful bird pages, and that's usually what people go for first. Let's see if I can find, oh, that's June. Let's find the 1st of May, because it's a beauty too. Oh, there it is, see, May. May is gorgeous. May is gorgeous. But my favorite is the mushrooms. And they're back here in the fall. And I think you can use the mushrooms for fairy journals, which you can do all year round. So here's, but they have beautiful fall leaves, see? If you're thinking, starting to plan your fall journal, maybe not because we're not even to summer yet, but maybe you can think about it as fall approaches. There's another beautiful fall page. Let's show you, oh, yep, these mushrooms. I like these mushrooms, which you can use in a fairy journal, either as a whole page or cut it down and make the ephemera. I think I have a mushroom tag around here somewhere where I used the mushroom page. My favorite mushroom, oh yeah, isn't it beautiful? That is a beautiful mushroom page. I love Edith. Edith was, in my opinion, a beautiful artist. She captured nature well, in my opinion. So, there you go. Don't forget autumn and the mushroom pages, because they are some of my favorites. And then this one here, I usually do tags out of this, and I thought I had a couple floating around here, but I can't find them. I usually take this page and I usually divide it into 2 tags. This is the big tag and this is the kind of skinny tag. And I think those are beautiful to use in your journals as well if you don't use it as a whole page. But today we are going to make tags. And let me pick my favorites and we'll work on those first. Ooh, there's a daisy. That would be perfect with some of my ephemera I have. I like the bird. I think we'll do that bird. And then, because I think we'll just do 3. Let's see what other pocket options I have. You know, last time I noticed my head got in the frame a little too much. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Oh, do I want that? Or do I want... I think I'm going for the yellow flower. So we'll do these 3. So what I've done is I have taken, at the end of the book, where's my book again? The end of the book, there are, what, maybe 5 pages? I think it's if you get pages, on my site, it's divided into the signatures. It shows the number, and I think it starts at 172. And you get a few pictures, but then you get all the index pages. And people wonder, well, what do I do with the index pages? One, I kind of like the lettering. I think the lettering's kind of cool. So I thought, what can I do with the index pages? And I decided the best way is to use them as tags and then still use the pictures on top. So it's more than just, you know, the words. You're obviously going to have some of the images as well. So what I do is I take the index page, and I have a template that I can use. I'll use this one. Then I take my pencil and trace around it. And you can usually get 2 tags depending on the size. I'll measure this and let you know what size it is. And, you know, look at the words. If you want, if there's something special you want at the top, I see the lady's mantle. I wonder if I can get that on there. Let's try. If you see a special word that you want on your tag, then, you know, you can trace around it. Make sure you get it. All right, and then I take my scissors. Stable my wobbly fingers. And cut. And you can make your tags whatever shape you want. This is just kind of my standard tag shape. I like the top of it because it does give me room to embellish on the top. And you can embellish with whatever. So this is my side. The other side is a little uninteresting. And then this scrap I will keep. We can use that for something. All right, I'm going to cut this out and see if I got the word I wanted. All right, so there's another one we can use. See, that's a nice little piece that you can, in fact, I have backing pieces for my little toppers. And I use these. So let's get over here. Get that. And I will use that as the back of my topper. You'll see in just a minute. All right, did I get my word? Did I get my word? It's always exciting to see. Well, kind of. Lady's mantle. I got Lily of the Valley. Very good. I got Lily of the Valley. I'll take it. All right, so that would be the front on that one because I like those two the way they are. All right, so we're going to put those aside. And then using the scrap pieces of paper that I have, you know, occasionally as you're cutting out pages, you end up with scraps. Now, I don't have any, and these are too white. These came from another book. Now, if you have a really creamy colored book, these are fairly new. These are older. So I kind of try to match the pockets up so I don't clash too much. All right. So I found these images. I thought this would be a great pocket, but I think I may save this for maybe a tag that has flowers or something on it, because it's a little too plain, in my opinion. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to take these and create pockets by, I measured out the picture so that it fits. Okay. And then I'm going to put a thumb punch. Let's get my little thumb punch. Kind of center it here. Now, once again, inking is kind of up to you. Let me get all these punched and then I can ink all at the same time. So do you guys have Edith Holden stuff so that you can make Edith Holden ephemera? She seems to be popular. I'm trying to remember where I first saw her. Might have been Gail. Could have been Gail. Alright, so we're going to ink these. You know, these are antique books, so we want them to look antique-y. All right. And don't forget to do the tag. Just kind of get the edge so it doesn't look too white. Oh, and I promised you I'd measure it, so hang on. Hang on, I will measure, I promise. Meanwhile, I will welcome the new followers. We have several new followers. Welcome, welcome to the party. It's good to see the channel growing. And as I've said to those that have been here from the beginning, feel free to ask questions in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. I think I need a little more ink on here. Doesn't seem very inky. Oh yeah, now that looks a little more inky. My pad might be getting to the I need to ink it stage. Alright, so I've got these three. And I am going to glue the pockets on, but let me measure first. Alright, so these tags are a little less than 3 1/4. So you could go 3. I mean, it could be any size you want. And this is 6 1/2. So it's about 3 1/4, 6 1/2. I think it's a good size. So, but it's up to you. You know, any size. You can make them shorter, you can make them skinny, whatever works for you. Maybe you want to make them so they go on the page this way. So you could actually get 3 on the page, which I think you could do anyway. Oh yeah, you could do 3 that way. But your words would be, keep in mind, your words would be going a different way. The pocket is, once again, a little more than 3, not quite 3 1/4. And you can make it so it's got a flap or a gusset on the side, so you have more room to put stuff in. But I'm just going to do this, because we're not going to put too much in the pocket. All right, and then it's 3 1/4 this way. Once again, you can make a shallow pocket, a little deeper pocket. A lot of times I'll do it just to fit the image that I want. So it's flexible. Be flexible. That's a good motto to have. Here, let me move some of this out of the way. so I don't lose my stuff here. All right. I'm going to glue the pockets on. Well, spring has sprung here in Denver, but it is March, and believe it or not, March is the snowiest month in Denver, Colorado. So we are expecting some snow this weekend. We shall see. We shall see if the weatherman is right. Hasn't been a very snowy year. We're in a bit of a drought, so we have some water restrictions, which is good. They've encouraged us to zero-scape. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. My husband likes to correct me when I say the word, so I may not be saying it correctly. So we have a lot of arid plants in our front yard, plants that can survive in a drought. Some sedums, lots of sedums. I love sedums. All right, last one. We'll glue this one on. And then we will let these dry while I show you how to make the little toppers. Okay? And then we can fill these or fill those. We'll feel something. We will. All right, let me put these to one side so that they can dry. And then I am going to get, here I pulled these two out. Do I have another one so that I have three? I probably do. I think there's a, ooh, yeah, there's one that kind of looks like Christmas. Oh, here's the one with the mushroom. Ah, and one with a bird's nest. Okay, we're going with the bird's nest, but there's two with the mushroom that I mentioned. That mushroom page can be cut up into smaller pieces, and you got some cool mushrooms on there. All right, let me put those over here, and I'll do those three. But this would make a great Christmas one. All right, and like I say, these are backed with the lines. But as soon as we make the toppers on these, I will show you another option in case you don't want to print out lines. I printed out lines on cardstock, so one, it's kind of heavier, makes the tag heavier, a little more durable. All right. And on these, I have put, and you can do so many, because I find so many cutesy little things for my punch. See the bees? She's in the garden picking strawberries. Here's some flowers, and there's the bees. Yep, I like her. All right. Let me see what I have. Oh, I have a bird. I do have a bird. Very good. What do I have? Do I have anything that's... Oh, that one kind of goes with that. With the pink clover. And this one. I don't know. Actually, I like the white flower, I think, with that. Yeah, I think I like that more, as Rachel would say. I like that more. I'm not seeing anything that looks great with these roses here. What do I have? I have some scraps here to punch. Oh, there's a lily with a strawberry. There's a white one. And I think I had a little pink, but that's not really. Oh my. Oh my. I might use that white strawberry flower. Is there anything over here? Oh, there's a rose hip thing. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, see, we got more mushrooms we could use on the mushroom tags over there. So let's try these two. We've got some rose hips. Those are rose hips, if you didn't know. And these are wild roses. Did I ever tell you? I probably didn't. When I was in high school, I wanted to work in a nursery, taking care of plants. I always had a room full of plants. I love plants. Yeah, rose hips might be, that might be okay up there. That might be, yeah. All right, put that back in my scrap. I will punch this up just to, I've got a lilac that I don't want to, so I don't think I can do the white unless I do it on that one. So there's the lilac. And here's the strawberry flower. And let me tell you, this is Paper Studio, which you can get from Hobby Lobby. And it's a 2-inch, and it has a scalloped edge. Can you see that? It's kind of shiny. So it makes that beautiful round edge, which is great for making little. One of the ephemera things we'll probably do is paper clip items that you can clip onto pages, and I use that a lot of times for that purpose. All right, so do we want the rose hips, or do we want, so that really kind of blends better because of the colors. Yep, I think so. So the rose hip, we'll wait until another time. So let's put those up here and ink that. We will ink our little toppers. Okay, and then I want to glue it about halfway. Once again, it's kind of your preference. So let's just put glue on the bottom. Let's not glue the whole thing. When we put the back on, it'll have some more glue to it, but for now, let's just glue the little bottom part. Make sure you have the right way up. And we'll set him down. Kind of turn him the way you want him to go. Look like he's foraging for food. All right, this I'm going to have up like that. Put him on. Once again, 3-in-1. I could use the stick glue, but I want this to dry fast because I'm going to turn it over and do the back. All right. All right, let's look at this one. I think I want it going. Okay, we'll have it go that way. All right, we'll give that a second to dry. And then, like I say, we need 3 of these. I take for the back, and you could, you can leave it if you want to. It's got words on the back, but a lot of times, depending on how you put your ephemera at the top, that's not straight. Does that bug you? Bugs me, I'm sorry. So what I do is I cover them with another word piece. And here's one that says wildflower. When I punch these out, I try to get words I like because I don't want to just put words. Here's a nightingale. We will put that on the bird. Okay. So we've got our 3 backs. So let's turn them over. This is wildflower, which it is. And if it's not quite straight, now's your time. You can see from the back, you need it to be a little centered there. That's the wildflower. And then let's check this one. This one looks good. Okay, once again, we are going to ink these. And you might want to ink these a little more than you did the front. All right, and then we're going to put some more glue. And center that on here. And you've got your little scallops you can line up. Okay. Sorry, I think I'm out of shot. I'm out of the shot. All right, last one. Sorry, being quiet. Concentrating on my gluing. All right, there we have it. We have our little doodad on the top. And once again, you might want to center it once you turn it over. I saw that one was a little crooked. That one looks good. Oh, that one looks good too. All right, so here we have our tags ready to fill. And then as you notice, I'm just glutton for punishment, I guess is what they say. I am going to use these teeny little, as you notice, I love to use these things. And it kind of serves 2 purposes. One, this is not something, because of the lines on the back, this is not something that I want to glue into my journal, because then you couldn't journal on the back, which is why I have the lines there. So I would need to clip them into my journal, which is why I have. And you could use bulldog clips if you wanted to. I like the teeny little Tim Holtz bulldog clips. Usually the big ones. Do I have a big one around here? I am not. Oh, yeah. Here. Nope, that's not what that is. Wrong tin. Wrong. There it is. Sorry for my reach. Excuse my grungy sweatshirt. My grungy crafting sweatshirt. These. Sometimes these are okay, but a lot of times I think they're too much. I like these when you want to dangle something. Let's say you want to put this in your journal and you want to dangle a charm from it. That would be cute. That That's a cute idea. Oh, here we go. Okay, I won't do that right now. We'll do that another time. I'll show you how to make dangles for journals. All right, so we're going to fill these. I got some ephemera out that I thought went well. I think that's kind of that. Tulips don't really go with the roses. There's roses, though. We could do roses and tulips. Maybe we'll do that. My goodness, I am dropping things all over the place. All right. So let's ink up again and get our pockets filled. Let's make sure. I may have to trim her off a little. I think I am. Let's trim her off a little. I think these tags are a little narrower than the other ones. I'm going to line that up and I'm going to trim her off. Okay. I love these little girls in the garden. I have several of them. Like the one picking strawberries. Oh, she's going to have a little more off. Not enough, not enough. And I do this to make sure my line's straight. Oh, this has lines on the back, so why don't I just do that? Yeah. That works too. All right, let's put her in here. And I just used one in that, but you can use however many you want. Let's see if this is too much. I don't think so, because I can push it down farther and have her go up. So I don't think so. And let's ink this one. I'm going to keep my miniature paper clips where I can see them. All right, so let's push that down. All right, and then we will put a paper clip on there. Oh, that was fairly easy. All right, so we have that one. Okay, let's move these. And then we will do this lady, this little girl, I mean, and she will need to be trimmed as well because she's too wide to go in that pocket. So let's scooch her over, trim that off. All right, see if that fits. You have to decide when you're doing your ephemera how much do you want to trim off. If it doesn't work, you probably want to move on to the next idea. All right, let's ink her edges. She's in a field of daisies. So I thought she'd go well with the wildflowers. And we'll put this down, maybe on this side, because I want you to see her picking that daisy. And so I'll put the clip on this side. Okay, there's another one. All right, last but not least, and then I'll show you a different background and we'll be done. All right, let's trim her down. Right about there. We're going to be cutting her dress off, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Once again, you kind of have to decide. See, I don't want to cut it off this side because there's some little birdies. And this whole tag theme is birds, so I don't want to get rid of the birds. They're quite cute up there. All right, and can I get her in there? Oop. Oh my. Okay, so I'm going to be brave and try to get a little off this side because I don't know that I want to take much more off the other side. Still have my birds, and she still has her feet. And, you know, where's my... I can run this in here because it seems like it's a little far over. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I want. Get her in there. Okay. And then... I think I had the green, but I don't know. I think I want this. I had that one picked out. But I think this one's better. I do. Just my opinion. You're probably yelling at me. No, I like the other one. Yeah, it's really a matter of taste. Okay, I want to scoot this down so we can see her face. And the birds, of course. And put the paper clip on, and there we have. There we have our tags. All right, let me move these and show you one last thing before we go. All right, I'll put these out at the end again, but for now, we'll put these over here. And I will show you an alternative to the lines on the back. One of the index pages, that's all there is. And the back is plain. Nice antiqued paper. Perfect for journaling on, especially if you don't like to use lines or you don't want lines, you're fine without lines, then this will work. So let me get the tags I glued. There's 1, 2, 3. And as we just proved, you can get 3 on this page. So let's try to get 3 on this page. I think we can. Now you've got an edge up here that you don't want. It's where it came off the book. Not gonna be quite. Not quite. All right. So we'll do these 2. We'll do these 2. Okay, now this one, you can do this. You can use the Oohoo if you want to save on your 3-in-1. So let's go ahead and put some on here. Make sure you get clear to the edge. If you don't, you know, you can go back with your 3-in-1 and touch up the corners if you need. Okay, and let's put him down. Kind of want to slide him clear to the bottom so that I have less to cut. All right, and then put that up there. Glue this last one. Then we will cut them out. And there's so many variations to these tags. You can put different toppers. A lot of times I've sewn around them, so you can do that. The sky is the limit. Your imagination is the limit. So whatever you decide you want to do, you know, and a lot of times it'll depend on, you know, the theme of your journal, you know, the look you're going for. You can adapt these any way you choose. I guess that's one of the many things I like about this craft is it gives you all kinds of options. And you'll notice I am gluing this back on before you put the top on. See, and there you have a nice plain top. Yep, need a little more. I'm pretty sure this needs inking. I'll have to make sure we ink before the next time we get together. Because my pad is... And I may have to just get a new pad. Sometimes it's been inked so many times that it's just time to get a new pad. Now this I'm going to save, because see, that you can use that on the back of something skinny like that egg one I just showed you not long ago. All right, let's trim this one up and ink it. And see, we've used up the Edith Holden pages that nobody thought you could use. So, next time you're looking at buying Edith Holden pages, I'm not sure why I'm having a problem with their name this morning. It's seems to be a tongue twister this morning. But if you go on my site, decide you're going to purchase some pages, or you have a book and you're going to use the pages, keep in mind there are things you can do with the index pages. Don't throw them away. Use them for tags. Okay, I saw a little bobble over here that I want to fix. I didn't go very straight. There we go. Much better. All right, using up all kinds of Edith scraps. I love it. I love it. And I end up with quite the collection of ephemera. I love that too, because that means when I'm looking for ephemera for journals, then I have them at my hands. All right. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know when I have a video that comes out. Hopefully you have not seen the top of my head. I'm pretty sure you didn't. I think I got you far up this time. Make sure you invite your friends. Tell them to come along to the party. Come join us. Come play. We do journals. We're making journals. The next video you see, we'll be working on the ephemera for our document journals. So stay tuned. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you all. And until the next time, stay crafty.